I have had to build and rebuild my healthcare team not once, but 3 times since my multiple sclerosis diagnosis in 2014. So I've moved to several different cities. I've moved from Toronto to Ottawa, Ottawa to Port Alberni back to Ottawa. And I've had to rebuild my healthcare team all of those times. So I think I'm highly qualified in sharing tips on how to build a healthcare team. In this video, I'm going to share the different healthcare team members I think you should have, what questions to ask them as you go into first appointments, and a document that I've created that I send over sometimes before a first appointment so that I can download as much information as possible. Okay, so here are the 7 different team members I think are really important to have. Number 1 is your family doctor. They're going to be in your court. Context, I live in Canada, so a lot of these are based on the Canadian healthcare system. A family doctor is someone you can use to requisition blood tests so that you can see where your vitamin and mineral levels are. The next person that's going to be on your healthcare team is your neurologist. This is the person that is probably going to diagnose you with MS and is going to monitor the progression of your disease. So they are someone that is going to requisition the annual or semi-annual MRIs, depending on the severity of your disease. They are going to also potentially requisition the neurofilament light chain blood test to see whether or not you're actually having a flare or a pseudo flare. The next person that you're going to want to add if you're taking a natural or holistic approach is a naturopath. They're going to be someone that you can use to help optimize your lifestyle, your nutrition, and your supplements. Additionally, you can also work with a registered holistic nutritionist specifically for optimizing your nutrition. I have definitely had a functional medicine doctor. It's not someone that I currently have on my healthcare team, but it was definitely someone I sought to have on my team early on so that we could pinpoint the root cause of why I had developed MS. So talking about leaky gut, or was it how I'm handling stressful moments, and then working with them to then optimize lifestyle, supplements, you name it. They can do just as much, if not more, than a naturopath. I have also added acupuncturists to my team. I think traditional Chinese medicine is fascinating, and I have gained a lot of valuable advice from practitioners. And then having acupuncture naps at least once a month are great from a stress management perspective. All right, and last but not least, I'm going to put therapist on the list. I definitely think talk therapy has its value. I'm not a massive fan of talk therapy because I think if you're constantly talking about negative things, then you stay in that cycle. But I think it's valuable to actually get things off your chest and feel lighter at times when you're processing a diagnosis that can cause quite a lot of grief. Okay, here are 4 questions that I usually ask a practitioner when I'm meeting them for the first time. Number 1, what is it like to work with you? What is the process like to work with you? How many appointments should I expect? What are the cost of the appointments? Number 3, this is really important for us who live with multiple sclerosis, but how many people have you treated with MS? And then number 4, what is something that you have seen a lot of success with your MS patients? I want to know what's working for them, and specifically what tools do they use to see success in healing their MS patients. I say healing because I do truly believe that we can live in a state of healing. I acknowledge that MS is a chronic disease that we are going to live with for the rest of our lives, but I do believe that we can live in remission and symptom-free. If you've recently been diagnosed with MS, or you're in the process of getting an MS diagnosis, 1, my heart goes out to you. 2, know that this is not a death sentence, that you can live really well with MS. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would love to be your personal MS cheerleader, just guiding you in terms of here are all the different lifestyle things that you can do for yourself to take better care of yourself now. I truly believe that MS is a health sidekick that just reminds us that we can take care of ourselves differently than we were before. I have also called it a gift. I truly believe that I wouldn't be the strong person that I am today without the diagnosis. Okay, and last but not least, here is a document that I have. It's like I physically have it. It's a document that lives on my Google Drive, and I have sent it to practitioners, especially naturopaths when I'm meeting them for the first time. And I've gone through quite a lot of naturopaths. And so it's called my Onboarding Doc For Docs. I have a video about it. I'll pop up the link here, which goes into a lot more detail, but I'll give you the quick rundown of what's in it. So I usually put the objective, like here is why I'm coming to see you. I would like to reduce the amount of MS lesions or MS attacks I'm having, or I would like to optimize my liver health, or I would like to look at my hormonal health. There are so many things that we need to take care of. It's not just reducing inflammation in the body, which is very true for MS patients, but there's so much more that's happening in our body that we need to work with healthcare team members for. So I put the objective at the top of the doc, and then I provide a link to a folder where I save all my blood test results. So in Canada, I'm specifically in Ontario, and I do my blood tests through a company called HealthCare. I subscribe to HealthCare Plus, where I can download all of my blood test results from them. And so I save those results so I can share them with other practitioners. I will give a sample meal plan, especially when working with naturopaths or holistic nutritionists, so that they can kind of see what I'm eating for a couple days a week. I will then include the list of supplements that I'm taking, the brand that I'm taking. I'll link to that brand's website, and then the dosage that I'm taking. And then last but not least, especially again when working with naturopaths or traditional Chinese medicine practitioners, I will include a list of my stress management techniques, self-care routines, my exercise routines, kind of like my movement plan for the week. And that's it. I will usually, when I book an appointment, especially with a new naturopath, I will contact the clinic and ask what's the best way to provide this so that the naturopath actually reads it ahead of time. They usually have these intake forms, but what I'll do is I will send it to a receptionist. I'll have them download the document from my Google Docs, or I will send it as a PDF so that they can put it in my file. And I purposely ask, can you ensure that the naturopath reads this ahead of time? The reason why I do that is because I have become very annoyed by the first appointment with naturopaths. Usually the first appointment is usually an intake gathering meeting, and you are downloading information to them, but you're not getting any information in terms of how to take care of yourself. So I'm trying to speed up that process by providing them with information ahead of time so I can get a little advice in the first meeting. That's another reason why I ask, what's the process like to work with you? I usually do that in like a 15-minute consult ahead of time, because if they are very adamant that they will not give any advice in the first meeting, then I know they're not the right practitioner for me. All right, I hope you found this useful. I would love to know if there's anybody on your healthcare team that I missed on my list that I should look into, so let me know in the comments. Thanks for being here. Now go and live well, and I'll see you in the next video.